Hello everyone, today I'm going to be doing my March TBR, just all the books that I plan on reading in the month of March. I have 6 books that I know for sure that I want to read that I've already picked out, and then I'm going to do the same thing that I did last month and randomly generate 2 of them. I think 8 is a good number for me. I typically read around 10 to 15 books a month, so this will still give me some flexibility throughout the month. The first 2 books were actually on my February TBR and I didn't fully get to them, but the one that I'm currently reading is The House in the Cerulean Sea by Klune. This one follows Linus. He's part of this government agency that takes care of like reports and stuff for different orphanages, and he goes to this orphanage that's near the Cerulean Sea and he has to kind of figure out what he's going to report, what he's not going to report. He ends up seeing a different side of these kids that are currently at the orphanage and the person that like helps them out. I've read this book already and I really enjoyed it, so I'm rereading it in preparation for the next book that's on my TBR, which is Somewhere Beyond the Sea, again also by Klune. This one is the second book. It follows the same characters, I think. I've not read this one, but I am very excited to get to this. I loved how The House in the Cerulean Sea ended, so I'm excited to see kind of the story progress and move forward with the characters that we already know and love. Next, I'm going to continue a companion novel series, and the book that I'm going to read is The Passengers by John Mars. The first book in the series is The One. I read it in February, so hear my thoughts in my February wrap-up. I didn't love the first one, but they're set in the same world, so I'm excited to see kind of how it goes. The first one, I think the concept was better than the actual execution, so we'll see, I guess, where this one leads to. But this one, I think, has to deal with cars and like self-driving cars. I don't really know much about it, but I think that this one might be a little bit better than book 1. Next, I have quite a big undertaking, and that's the Dark Artifices trilogy by Cassandra Clare. I'm planning on reading Lady Midnight, Lord of Shadows, and Queen of Air and Darkness. This will continue my Cassandra Clare reread and then start up some new content for me. So I am so excited. I think I say this in every single video. I love Cassandra Clare, and I love that her books just keep getting better and better each book that comes out. So I've read Lady Midnight before. I think I've read it twice, maybe. I've not read Lord of Shadows, and I haven't continued at all. So I'm super excited to get some new Cassandra Clare content. My reread has been a lot of fun, but it's been kind of like a little monotonous just because I already know what's happening, but we're at the new content. I love Emma and Julian and the Blackthorns. They're possibly gonna be my favorite characters of all of her books. We'll see. I'm definitely going to be doing reading vlogs with these books in them, so stay tuned for that, but I can't wait to randomly generate the next 2. The first one is going to be continuing a series that I'm in the middle of, currently in the middle of 10 series. I'm going to randomly generate a number 1 through 10 and see which series I'm going to continue. I have my generator and we got number 1. The first series that is on my list is the Lovelight Farm series by B.K. Borrison. So I'm going to be reading In the Weeds, which is the second book in the companion novel series. I have read this one already. I've read up until the last one. So this will be another reread for me, but that's just fine. I loved this one, so I can't wait to read it again. I really, really love these characters, and it's perfect timing, honestly, because In the Weeds takes place in the spring, and in North Carolina, it's becoming spring. It is so nice out. It's so sunny. This will also be good kind of weather-wise. Each book is based on a season, so perfect timing. The final book that's going to be on my TBR is going to be a randomly generated singular book from my TBR list. I have all of the books on my TBR written out on Notion. There are currently 146 of them on there, which is kind of excessive, but I'm going to generate a number between 1 and 146. If it is in the middle of a series, I'm just going to pick the next one. Okay, so we got number 95, and I'm smart, so I already have them numbered. So number 95 is, okay, this is part of the Brandon Sanderson Cosmere, which will technically be starting a new series for me. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know why, because it's randomly generated. First book in the Cosmere is The Final Empire, which is the first book in the Mistborn trilogy. This is exciting, so I'll have to buy this on my Kindle. But I'm adding this one. We'll see. This is a big reading month. There's a lot of fantasy, which I'm not mad about, but this is definitely a much longer book than I was anticipating, but it'll be nice to finally start this. I was planning on starting the Cosmere universe at some point this year, so I guess it's just happening in March, which is which is probably pretty good because there are a lot of books and they're very large books. So probably good that I'm getting a Kickstart on this. So I will buy that on my Kindle. How fun. Those are the 8 books that are on my TBR for the month. I'm hoping to read a couple more than this as well. I'm probably gonna need some like palette cleansers in between these bigger books. If you've read any of these, let me know, especially with the Cosmere. I'm excited for this. I'm a little nervous. This will be my first Brandon Sanderson book, I think. Maybe. I think I've read Elantris actually, or Elantris, a long time ago, and I didn't love it. But I think Mistborn is where you should start. But if you've read any of these books, let me know which one is your favorite. And if you want to, you can let me know some of your books on your TBR, and I would love to chat in the comments. So I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.